Ayo, Chiksua here. Today we're going to do the guild boss in the normal difficulty and we are going to try to keep it as free to play friendly as possible. The first team we are going to show you guys is going to be Pierce. So I personally think Pierce is like the most obtainable thing everyone can have, and also Pierce is pretty brain dead. So right now my Hauser and also my Liz are on their own HP set, so if you have troubles in killing, you can also just use any Pierce set or in general any attack set, I would say, just to deal more damage, or just try it with Pierce or maybe attack food. So I personally think you are getting some decent points based on HP as well. That's why I was also thinking maybe Arthur wouldn't be bad instead of the Goddess list, because then we have almost a whole human team, which gives us 45%, but yeah, Liz gives us 40%, so it makes it pretty much even. And yeah, if we're going to use an HP set on our Liz, which a lot of people have, is maybe smarter to use. So for general information, the arms and also the boss increases the damage to everyone by 800% to Goddess, Demon or Human. So the middle unit is always dealing, or makes everyone dealing 800% more damage to humans. So he is more or less pretty annoying and hits pretty hard, but it's still possible to use. The left one here, it increases and also decreases damage taken by Goddess, and this one has the same thing just with demons. So what we are going to do is we're just going to attack with our humans first. So we're going to do this, this and this, and yeah, hopefully this is going to kill the arms already. As you can see, we deal a lot of damage. Yeah, with the Pierce card of our yeah, this should definitely kill, and then we're good to go. And now what we're going to do is in turn 2, we want to try to lifesteal a bit some HP back and also just kill if possible. So luckily he only had one card, and now we want to secure the kill if possible. So we want to definitely use one card here. We don't have a Lilia card unfortunately, but yeah, so I think this does a lot of damage, this does a lot of damage, and hopefully this is going to kill. So I'm not too sure if this is going to be enough damage because they are on HP, but as you can see, we are dealing more than enough damage. So the normal difficulty is something I don't think a lot of people trouble with. It's more the problem that people don't get that many points. But here, as you can see, with a brain dead Pierce, we are getting a score of 1100, which is not too shabby. For our second team, we are going to use the Mono Fairy team. I'm not showing the gear this time because the only unit which has your gear is King. And if you have paid attention, my Elaine is level 60, Glox is SA1, and Helbram is not even S8. So yeah, basically this team still works and it gives more score than Pierce. So of course Pierce, like, it works, but it's not the greatest team. But hey, it's brain dead and it's pretty fast. So what we're going to do is in the first turn, we're going to burn some cards. We don't want to deal damage to the other sides because we want to deal the damage caps if possible. So I was also thinking, depending on how much damage your Helbram does, you may have to use Gustav or maybe you have to use attack food. But right now they are using borrowed HP gear, which are not your. So yeah. So in the first turn, we're going to burn some cards. So we're going to burn both of the cleanses because we can't use any cleanses in the whole run. We are going to use this dissolve, and we can also burn this card. And you have to reset for a petrify in the second turn, and then we can continue. So we got a pretty decent second turn. I will explain now why we need a merger of a petrify. Also in general, what our goal is, we want to use as many ults as possible because any ults we use, we gain 50 points, and also a stance removal gives us 50 points as well, which is the ult of our Helbram. So the reason is they have this debuff on. So if they are going to use this debuff, the difference is in the Pierce team, we just killed them right away, right? But the debuff decreases all stats by 5% and we don't want that. So in order to not get decreased, we can just petrify, and then we are going to work on ults. And another reason why I wanted to basically not burn the Elaine card is, if you decrease ranks, you're also getting score. So all those cards of Elaine, the single target, if they have a silver card, for example, it's helpful for score. So I think it gives us 15 points if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I think it can only decrease if we deal damage, and as long both arms are, or as long any arm are alive, he can't take damage if I'm not wrong, which is, yeah, does not take any damage if an ally exists on the battlefield. So we have to kill both sides before we can even deal damage. But yeah, in this turn basically, if he's going to use this, you know you want to have the Helbram ult. And now we're going to see what ults can we get. And we can, for example, get the ult of him. So maybe petrifying here isn't that bad. And then we can also just work on Glock's ult. So it would be really cool if we can also get some more ults. But yeah, let's see what the card RNG is bringing us. Wait, card RNG doesn't bring us anything. But yeah, so we are going to be in turn 4 now. So yeah, what we're going to do is basically we're going to do this. We are going to kill both arms because we don't want to get the debuff on. And yeah, so we can work on Glock's ult already. And then in another turn, we are just going to work on the ult of our Elaine as well. And maybe if we are lucky, we may get another ult by random mergers or something like that. So here right now, I really like it with the Elaine card. So hopefully he also has a silver card on his hand, because I'm not too sure if we can decrease his ranks. Yeah, we can. So this is actually pretty good because we can that way also dissolve him without using this card. We can merge to get this ult, and we can also merge here and moving this. Something else you probably should know is this boss can't take more damage than 33%. So actually I think in this turn we should kill, so maybe I would, or maybe I should have used another card. So it was pretty unlucky, I would say. We may have had a chance to get another ult. So maybe elongating one more turn just to use those cards is good in this case, because we can dissolve here. And we can also decrease the skill rank. And next round we also are able to remove the stances with the ult of our Elaine. So this is the dissolve, and I would say actually the 2-star dissolve gives us more score. We are going to D-rank, and we can also burn this ult. And I think damn, 1-star cards gives more points than moving, and I'm not too sure if skipping gives us score, so we can just try it out here. Okay, skipping does not give us any score, so never skip, just move or use a 1-star card. But I was low-key afraid of the damage, but I guess I didn't really had to be afraid of the damage, because yeah, the damage reduction of the maximum cap of 33% is mitigating a lot. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is, I would say we can decrease the rank, and yeah, in turn 7 we are going to basically finish with this. And I don't think we can use those, but yeah, let's just try it out. But yeah, here as you can see, this should be fine. And let's say the ult wouldn't kill, we still have another card, or we still had 2 more cards to use. But yeah, let's see what our score is going to be. I think it should be like a 1.2 score, maybe a bit more, I'm not too sure. So it's going to be, okay, 1.14. So probably ending in 1 turn earlier is maybe smarter. I'm not 100% sure which would be better, because yeah, I'm not too sure about the damage or the point reduction also. But yeah, it's still more than the PS team, and we don't have SA units besides of King and Glock's SA1, and also Elaine is level 60. So if anyone doesn't understand why this team works like this, is, if I'm not wrong, King increases the basic stats by 8%, or maybe only the HP, I'm not too sure. She increases the HP related stats by 15%. He gains stats per unit who's alive, and that's why this is the fairy team. The next team we are coming to is basically a mono giant team. Unfortunately, we don't have that many giant units in the game, so we are going to use 1 more unit in additional. So I have decided to take Merlin. Merlin will provide us 1 ult gauge, which is pretty helpful. So instead of Merlin, we can also use basically any other unit you guys think it would be helpful. I'm not too sure which would be the best. And also like the red giant Diane is a bit better. So maybe because we have 2 units which are blue, a Mamas would be pretty good. But yeah, not everyone has Mamas built out. Like even I don't have Mamas, the UA gear. But yeah, this one should be also pretty easy and maybe even easier because we at least get the additional ult gauge. Here it's going to be pretty similar as well. We're going to click onto him, we're going to burn the single targets, and we have to reset for the seal of our draw. Back in the second turn we got the merger, so it actually took me a bit to get this. So if you are not that try hard, you can also let yourself getting debuffed. But yeah, we want to deal those damage caps, so it's not smart to get debuffed because it will decrease our basic stats for 5 turns, which means we can't get rid of it. There's one way to get rid of it, and I will show you guys afterwards as well, and that may be pretty okay too. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on other ults. So I will move this and move this. Depending on your ult level and stuff, or how good your gear is, unfortunately the arms are dying from my draw ult. So I don't want to ult with draw, and we want to ult with our Diane because we want to hit those damage caps if possible. And my draw can't do it, so we lose a lot of points if we're going to kill those arms as well. Those debuffs are annoying, but I think it's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move this. We're going to burn this. We can also move this one time. What turn are we? So we want to kill in turn 6 optimally. So we still have a lot of turns, I guess, and we can also burn this card. So moving always gives you less points. But also we can't use any Merlin cards because any buff, at least we can use the dissolve of course, but buffs are always going to get the units frozen, and if they are frozen they take more damage, and we don't want to take damage, or at least we want to mitigate as much damage as we can. So here in the team the problem is we are missing a stance removal, so the green Giant Diane is a bit better. So I will show you guys another version afterwards with green Giant Diane, and I will replace the Merlin as well. So what we are going to do now is I think we can actually make it that we finish in turn 5, which isn't too bad, but it's only possible with her, I think. But yeah, so what we need now is we need to get her ult, and if we get a golden card we do have a stance removal. So with a golden card we can remove, or we can cancel the stances, but unfortunately not with a 2-star. So let's see, we should be just using this, and then we can use this, and we can also use this. So again, we can't deal more damage than 33%, and here as you can see we actually didn't get the 150k mark on the left tower, I guess. So maybe one turn later, depending on how good your gear is. Maybe I should have given my Greer more better gear because his top pieces are not the greatest. And it might be also the damage variance. But yeah, here actually we got that golden card. Wow. So we have this golden card. We are going to do this and we can actually shield. I will show you guys now. We are getting frozen, but if we are finishing this turn, it doesn't matter, right? So this is a pretty lucky run, but it requires a lot of RNG, and as you can see, even though my Giant Diane is really stacked, it wasn't enough. But yeah, so here as you can see, nothing happened anymore. Actually, we didn't get frozen. I don't know exactly, but yeah, we got a 1400 score. Hey, that is not too shabby. Time, like mentioned, we traded in the green Giant Diane, and we also put in the Camilla. So Camilla is on a borrowed gear and she's not even S8, but her utility is really great. So with her passive, she has a chance to get her own ult, and her ult can actually cleanse, which means we can actually use the draw ult. We want to get the draw ult ASAP, so we're going to move, and also burn this card. So now we're getting a bonus card, which we can just merge or whatever, or even better, Yeah, this is actually perfect so that we can get the draw ult and we can use the draw ult ASAP after we are getting the debuff on. So, also we are going to limit ourselves into 6 turns, especially during the mission. There's a mission where we want to finish within 6 turns. So here she has 3 stacks already, not too shabby. The right side is the unit which is going to cleanse, so I think we may get the ult ASAP, which is really great. To get the draw ult, we just need to move like this, and we can actually... Damn, I think draw on the left side may be better, but yeah. So we are going to do this, and we can also burn this single target here. The reason why we couldn't move another time with our Diane is we would have gotten Diane ult instead, and we actually got the perfect card draw because the 2-star of Diane or one of the 2-star of our Camilla actually gives us a stance removal, and that is what we need for later. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually wait one more turn because then they are getting tankier. And we can work on other ults. So we will do this. We are going to work on the Matrona ult, and we have to keep that card so we don't lose that ult. So now with the buff, they are going to get more stats, or basically they are going to increase their basic stats by 5% if I'm not wrong. But yeah, that way they can actually survive the ult of draw. Then we are going to cleanse and ult again with our Diane. So, we are in turn 4, so we still have 2 more turns, but I think we can, depending on what cards we get, end early eventually. So we're going to ult so that they survive. So here, as you can see, they have 118 here, and they have 118 here. So we can do this, we can use this ult, no, we have to cleanse. So we can use this, we can use this ult, we can use this ult, and we are just, I would say, getting the ult of Matrona just in case we have to, or we can finish next round. Here, as you can see, we killed, we cleansed, and now we can also deal, depending on the damage we deal. We actually got one of the damage marks as well, which is really giving us a lot of points. And yeah, so I think we can actually finish in this turn eventually already. And yeah, so if we can, we should use more cards of Matrona just to lifesteal as much as we can. This also has a ranked skill decrease, which gives us some points as well, which is great. Actually, we have to remove the stance first. We're going to do this. We are going to use this single target, and she is missing some HP, so I think using this charge would be pretty good as well. I really hope we don't deal too much damage, that the boss is actually surviving so that our Camilla can attack as well. So this looks pretty close. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. So maybe if I wouldn't have removed the stance right away, we also would have been able to use the Camilla card, but I don't think we lost that many points. And the score is 1477 with this giant team. That's it, guys. That's it for the video. As you guys can see, the best team we got, or the best team which we were able to score with the free-to-play units, was this team without having 2 units on UR gear or even S8. But yeah, I really hope it was helpful, and let me know in the comment section which team you guys were able to copy or which team was helping you guys the most. I really hope you guys will do super well on this guild boss. And yeah, in the next video we're going to do hard, obviously, and we are also showing several teams you can copy. And during the week I will of course also show you guys the sweaty try hard guides as well. But yeah, this right now is basically just the starting. Hopefully see you in the next video.